Hello, hello, welcome everyone to another Tier List Thursday. What's up everyone? Jack and I are here in the next iteration of our Space Marine Tier List.
That's right. We are speed today. We're covering fast attacks and them flyers.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
All fast attacks and flyers are in today's tier list. We're going on through the Space Marine Codex. We are, of course, doing just the Space Marine Codex here, not chapter-specific units. So we may go back and revisit our lovely Dark Talons and Nephilim jet fighters, and I'm sure someone else has a flyer. Oh yeah, Space Wolves have a...
Oh my god, they do. They have
What's it called?
Wolf Barge or whatever.
The Space Wolf Barge.
The Wolf Brick.
What's it actually called?
You expect me to know that?
I don't know.
I know what it looks like, because I've played against it a couple of times.
Yeah, it's the Wolf Brick.
Yeah, it's literally a brick. You put it on a flight stand and you paint some wolf iconography on it.
Yeah, I actually missed the Stasis Assault Ram. If we're talking about
aircraft.
That do you remember that one?
I do.
That
remember.
was cool, and it was not that good, but it at least was very unique.
It made me look up like one of those pronunciation videos for how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I'm just so sad that they discontinued that model because you can't play it in any games anymore.
Oh, they discontinued it?
Yeah, it no
I
longer
just
exists.
assumed it died like the rest of the flyers, which spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
What's the name of the wolf brick? Because it looks exactly the same as that.
It does look like so the Stasis Assault Ram is like split in half, which makes it even more ridiculous, and I still love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Space Wolf.
It had like a Magna grapple or something, and then like a Wombi Melta or something.
Yeah, the Wombi Melta. Hold on, Space Wolf flyers. What is it? What is this called?
Fast attack.
Stormwolf.
Well, there were two. There was the Stormwolf, and then there was a different one. Because there was one that was a transport, and the Stormfang.
Stormfang.
There was the transport and a gunship, and both of them looked like bricks.
They really distinctly do.
Are they still legal? I mean, they're still...
The Space Wolf ones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're just in the Codex.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're good for them, right?
Well, wouldn't really
if we do a unique unit rating later, we'll talk about whatever they do.
I do want to come back and do a chapter-specific units and
you literally just want to talk about Sanguinary Guard.
And Dante.
Yeah.
And
two different videos. Okay, great.
And Helbrecht.
Attack bikes with Molten Melt will be a staple according to Bonsai Kitty Gaming. We'll see about that one.
Maybe 8 months ago.
You know what? By pure coincidence, the first one on the list is in fact the attack bike.
Attack bike hype!
Attack bike hype. I was pretty hype on attack bikes. Back in the day, they got a re-points.
Were they 55 points? Were they originally 50? Because this was before
they were
I was,
originally
playing 9th.
They were originally 50, I think.
With the multi-multi?
Yeah, they went up 10 points.
That'll do it.
Yep, and at the time, and bolter attack bikes were 40 points, and we were like, you know what's actually kind of good? Heavy bolter attack bikes. Just 320, it's a fast-moving unit.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like at 40 points, I don't hate that. I really don't.
No, we thought it was pretty good.
4 wounds, they're kind of annoying to kill. Mm-hmm. If you take them in Dark Angels, they're very annoying to kill with the 4-up invuln. And you have an Apothecary, so they have a 6-up Feel No Pain, then you res a guy every turn. And you put like 2... I know...
It's like 21 shots.
Yeah, I played a game into John where he took 1 heavy bolter attack bike in every squad and double multi-melta. And I had real problems. I'm sure you remember this game. Real problems chipping through that first guy into the second. So I think I killed one.
I would always heal the multi-melta back.
Right. So I think I killed 1 out of 2 units and 2 out of 1 unit. And I was like, oh, that didn't stop any multi-melta. Not kidding me.
Not even the one.
So
let's the points increase hurt. I think that they're a very chapter-specific unit because I think they're pretty bad in several chapters.
I think they're a flawed choice in anything that doesn't give them a buff.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So the things that they're good in, I mean...
Salamanders for +1 to wound on multi-meltas.
They are nice for +1 to wound, with +1 to wound Salamanders.
Dark Angels.
They are decent in Dark Angels. They're probably at their best in Dark Angels because they're really annoying to deal with. Yeah,
Black Templars are actually not bad because you get the invuln.
It's true. I always forget.
You weren't going to get cover anyway. Also, there is the adorable take a 1 mana and give him the grenade to fight last.
Yeah,
and then he just sits there and zoops out unless your opponent is indirect.
Yeah. So I think in those 3 chapters they're not bad.
Yeah.
I have generally replaced them with Eradicators in the Black Templars list because you can make those pretty beefy.
They're still looking at like a flawed choice for me, but I could see an argument for perfectly average. They're not strong.
Definitely not. I was thinking about slapping them in perfectly average because they are. Yeah. They don't excite me one way or another.
They're not bad. I think they're going to fall into the bottom half of perfectly average, if I'm being honest.
I mean, I've jammed them in enough lists and then eventually just removed them, sadly, to be like, they're not making any of my lists.
Yeah, that's the reality. Dark Angels, I thought about it, but even then, I don't think they make it. They're just a little closer.
Yeah, and then they don't make it in Dark Angels. They feel
bad and everything else.
Yeah.
But, you want to talk about feels bad and everything else?
Why do they have one attack base, John?
Assault Marines.
They have one attack base.
I mean, just take a Tactical Marine and slap on a jump pack. And, like, theoretically, a Tactical Marine is 18. I think an Assault Marine's only 20.
With a jump pack?
What's up, Matthew Negro?
Because they don't come with a jump pack stock.
Oh, no, I think with a jump pack, they're 20. I want to say they're, like, 17 base.
There's no way they're 17.
I think 17 and then plus 3 for the jump pack.
I don't think so, because Tactical Marines are 18.
Yeah, but it just has a chain sword instead of a bolt gun. So the same logic as an Assault Intercessor is 1 point cheaper than an Intercessor. And an Assault Marine is 1 point cheaper than an Attack Marine. Because they value the bolt gun a little bit more than they should.
They should value it.
All right, find out for me, Jack. Tell me how many points an Assault Marine is.
Squad is 90 points for 5, so they're 18.
So they're 18 a model, so it's the same as Attack Marine.
20 with jump pack.
All right, so 2 points for jump pack.
So
you're taking that jump pack.
Here's the thing. They don't really do anything in any chapter.
Nope.
Other than Blood Angels. In Blood Angels, they actually have 4 attacks apiece, but here's the problem with that. In Blood Angels, you have Death Company that went down to 22 points a model and have 6 attacks apiece with a chainsword. And have Feel No Pain.
Yep.
And are 22 points with a jump pack.
There's also the Vanguard Veteran comparison. A Van Vet with a just jump pack chainsword bolt pistol, the same loadout that an Assault Marine gets, is not significantly more and is +1 attack and leadership.
Yep.
It is an elite slot, and then you start looking at the options, and it's like, oh, these are all better.
What are they, 22 with this just jump pack chainsword?
I think it's 22 with jump pack chainsword. So
yeah,
again, it's 2 points more.
So it's the same as Death Company.
Yeah. Death Company are better with that, but
with
shields.
That, yeah, with the shield. Woo! With the shields.
Yeah.
They're expensive and they don't hit very hard.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I don't think they're in Cross the Rubicon nerd.
No, because they are a cheap jump pack unit. They actually, I would say they have the most play in Space Wolves. Because, I don't mean successors, I mean pure Space Wolves.
Really?
Because Blood Claws, you know how Dark Angels have like special rules for if you're pure Dark Angels, not a successor? Like Jinx and Inner Circle? Space Wolves have Headstrong, which is +1 on attack on the charge, specifically for Blood Claws if you're pure Space Wolves, not a successor. So if you're pure Space Wolves, they do put out 4 attacks each as well, and then you get the Exploding Sixes stuff, which is like not terrible, kind of cheapish.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
I don't hate that.
I'm not excited, but it's not bad.
They do have a little bit more play than I said in Blood Angels because your elite slot tends to be crowded.
Yeah. And fast attack often isn't.
So in Blood Angels, I'd say they're perfectly average.
Anything else is flawed choice.
Your elite slots do fill up. I have considered taking it. I may take it. I'm like looking back at my Blood Angels list.
If you want to go Hyper MSU, or if you want a 100-point Deep Strike R&D unit, 120 if you want to guarantee it. It's not bad.
Like they just need to hit a little harder or to be slightly more durable. Yeah. They need to close the gap between themselves and a Vanguard Vet. They're a little too close.
Yeah.
Now, they are in the fast attack slot, which Elites is super crowded. If they weren't Elites, they would be in Cross the Rubicon Nerd 3 times.
Yep.
But they're fine. Like, you can consider them in Blood Angels. A 6-man squad can do Retrieve. I don't think you're doing Retrieve with a 120-point unit.
What else are you going to do it with?
I think you're just not taking Retrieve at that point.
Fair enough.
Swooping Hawks are the same points as an Assault Marine without a jump pack.
Yep.
Assault Marines are more durable, but you will never see
they're not.
You will never see the...
A Swooping Hawk is more durable than an Assault Marine.
What he means is, straight up, they're not, but you'll never see the Swooping Hawks because they will hop out, shoot, and hop back behind.
If they have a 5-up invul and 5-up Feel No Pain.
1 wound.
I don't care.
Oh, please.
They never die.
I know they were rough for you yesterday, buddy.
Hammerfall Bunker tomorrow with the heavy support slots. That is when we'll be judging the fortification singular. Just judging.
So like I've considered putting Assault Marines in my army before. I'll consider doing it again in Blood Angels.
But you're not going to pull the trigger.
Probably not, and it's only because they're in the fast attack slot. No other reason.
Yeah, that's the only reason they got to consider.
And they do need 4 attacks in order to be good. 3 attacks, I'm like, eh.
Yeah. All right, bikes.
Bikes.
Good old bikey boys. 30 points. So it costs... I mean, if you compare it to a Gravis armor guy, it's like the same defense, but only 2 points more, and has better shooting, and is faster.
Moves way faster.
So like,
and in some armies, they're OBSEC.
In one army, they're OBSEC. Oh, I was thinking Dark Angels.
I know you were thinking Dark Angels, but in Deathwatch, they're also OBSEC.
Yep. They're very chapter specific to me. Same reason you don't take Gravis, you don't take Bikes. Being faster is cool, but a fast attack choice not OBSEC in 8 chapters, 9 chapters. But in both Deathwatch and Dark Angels, I would put them as tournament staple.
Yes.
And I would put them as flawed choice in 9 other chapters.
Yeah, they're all right in Black Templars because you can make a real big unit that's really annoying to kill.
I guess you can. Yeah.
They're perfectly average in Black Templars. I've thought about it. It's actually a Sasha Edelkraut idea. Mm-hmm. And we do love Sasha in this chat.
We do love Sasha in this video. All videos, really.
Yeah, if they're OBSEC, they're in Torment Staple because they have something to do. Otherwise, they kind of take up 90 to 95 points and don't do anything.
Yeah.
Which is just a problem. I would slap them in perfectly average myself.
I was thinking flawed choice because, like, in 9 chapters, I think that they are actually bad. But I'll go with perfectly average because they do have a couple of chapters where they real good.
Yeah, it's just whether they get
Love them in a Ravenwing. Love them in a Ravenwing.
Because that speed lets you contest objectives, and that's what you want.
And they're a lot faster in Ravenwing because they get 1 CP plus 12 move.
Same thing in Deathwatch with Proteus kill teams, which technically are a troop, I guess. But it's the bike model. The half of the Proteus kill team you can take as bikes.
Yeah, well, I'll give you bonus points on that one. Yeah. Also, Deathwatch veteran bikers actually aren't terrible, even though it's a different data sheet.
That's true. They have +1 attack with a chainsword, so +1 attack and AP1. It's like that's the point where I'm like, all right, they're kind of our generalist unit.
Yep. All right, so we've got a flyer. Do you want to save the flyers for the end?
Oh, that is true. In Black Templars, you can 1 CP make them OBSEC, so they are significantly better.
Yeah, that's actually pretty solid Black Templars. I don't hate that at all.
Same thing with the solo attack bike.
Yeah, I also like keeping them cheap because they're 95 points if you buy a Stormbolt or the Sergeant, which I always do.
Yep.
Because it just gives them 16 little idiot shots.
Yep.
And the Sergeant, being the last guy left with 8 bolt gun shots, is actually kind of annoying for when you're clearing out other chaff units on objectives and stuff.
Yeah, 16. I mean, that's the nice part about the Deathwatch veterans is that 16 bolt shots. Plus, when you charge, you have 12 attacks because 4 attacks apiece.
Yeah, with
a chainsword at AP 1 or 2 is all right. That's pretty good. That's honestly not bad.
Yeah. Dante giving a little bit of love for the Dark Angels in the chat. That game we played yesterday, where I put Space Marines on stream into Nick's Craft World Eldar.
It was a pretty good game.
It was a pretty good game.
I was behind the camera for that one, and I enjoyed myself.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready to not enjoy yourself when I tell you
what a
Storm Eagle does? So, all right, we're going to play the game where Jack has to read the Storm Eagle data sheet, and then he gets to predict the points.
I know it doesn't do anything. I know it's 400 points.
I don't think it's 400. The Fire Raptor is 400. Storm Eagle.
All right, Storm Eagle Gunship. I've read all of these data sheets 50 times. All of them slide through my head like a wet, like a warm...
Smooth butter.
Like a warm pat of butter. Just whoop.
Just right over the top of a pancake at a 45-degree angle.
I've always been there's got to be something in here past what, Relic Contemptors, and no. All right, so it has a twin heavy bolter, 2 twin Hellstrike launchers, and a Vengeance launcher. That's,
those are good
that's
names.
A lot of guns.
Yeah.
I want to launch Vengeance at people. So it's got twin heavy bolter, which you can replace with a twin multi-melta.
Cute.
Or Typhoon missile launcher, sure. It has 4 shots at 8 -3/3, +1 to hit rolls against aircraft, and it's D3 +3 against aircraft with the twin Hellstrikes.
Nice.
The Vengeance launcher is 2d6, strength 6 -1/1. I think Vengeance launcher is also what you could pick up in the Space Marine game. It's like a grenade launcher you could pick up. I think it was called Vengeance launcher.
Yeah, and it's a transport, right?
And it can transport 20, but each jump pack wolf and a Terminator takes up 2. Each Centurion takes up 3.
So you can get 6 Centurions in a Storm Eagle.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
If it goes down and roll 3 1s, I will cry. Durability-wise, 18 wounds, toughness 7 with a 3-up, so it's going to go down.
You may think that 18 wounds is the wrong number, but you're in a flyer, so it's already okay.
It's already the wrong number.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's going to die super fast to the current metagame.
It does hit quite respectably.
All right, I think it's still 350 points.
Yeah, no, that's where it's no longer respectable.
Storm Eagle 335 base. But if you want to take the twin multi-melter or twin las, it goes up to around 350.
Yeah, I think I would pay a solid 225, 240 for that.
I don't even know if I would, honestly.
100 points cheaper, I think I would take it.
Maybe.
It's a conversation,
You
unfortunately.
do not use the transport capacity. Straight up.
I would put servitors in there.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I don't even know if you can, because it has to be chapter infantry.
They have the chapter keyword.
Oh, they have the chapter, but they don't get
they don't do anything with it, but they have the keyword.
All right, cool. Yeah, I guess you put like a unit of servitors in there where you don't care if one mall gets biffed.
Yeah, or like you take one tac squad just to save yourself 10 points and then like shove them in there.
It's essentially you can have like 6 las cannons. Like the 4 Hellstrike missile shots and then twin las.
I'd get twin multi-multi.
You can take the twin multi-multi. That's 355.
Yeah, well, I would pay 355.
345 the twin las.
Yeah, again, knock 100 points off and we'll have that conversation. That's when I start talking about it.
If it's 100 points less, I might think about it.
This is weird because I do want a Primaris gunship. Yes. I want it to be the same cost, toughness 8, and have twice as many guns.
Yep. I think it needs to cross the Rubicon nerd. All of its stats
Yikes.
If we're even having the discussion of if it were 100 points cheaper, would we take it? I think the answer would eventually end up being no, by the way.
That's all right. We have the same thing with Talon.
It would edge out. Yeah. Other options would edge it out, I think.
Yikes.
Yeah, it needs to cross the Rubicon nerd. The transport capacity on flyers, anything that can be shot right off the bat, and you're thinking it's going to transport something, it's not going to transport anything.
Adam Lane wins Optimist of the Year for thinking that it kills one Void Weaver.
Oh, buddy, you don't understand.
Oh, sweet Adam.
Let's say it has a twin multi-multi for 8 shots, right? 2 of those need to go through to kill it, and if it's 2 Hellstrike missiles and they have a 6 of Feel No Pain, it won't kill it. So you get 4 hits because you hit on 4s.
You get like
no rerolls.
3 wounds.
You do get like 3 wounds, and then they have a 4-up rerollable save against it. So you're not.
If you get the multi-melta through, you've got a decent chance.
You need to roll at least a 5 for it to on average die through.
You're gonna just power through. You just gotta
power through. Yeah, it shouldn't kill.
No,
one Void Weaver. It should ding it. And do like 3, which is
sad.
Unfortunate. But it's not. Unless this is the wrong one.
This is the Hailstrike.
That's the Hailstrike.
Yeah.
All right. All right, now we're getting into the Storm Speeder, something which we, John's been secretly hyping for a while, and I have gotten on board with recently. Let's whip out the
All right, so this is the old Hailstrike. Storm Speeders, I love them. They're a little too tall and ungainly, and that's weird, but I do love the model. The Hailstrike is the Daka one, and I think it is also the cheapest, but I think it suffers from the Daka being all strength 4. Like, they're too much strength 4.
Strength 5, strength 4. It does have a lot of shots. It has 16 plus 2d6.
Yeah, it's solid.
It's not terrible. I mean, it does also have to be close to your opponent, but it is the cheapest one. It's like 120, I think.
It is 120.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be close for some of the shots. It just doesn't really have like a good job.
Yeah, Space Marines are alright at dealing with infantry in the open anyway. I don't hate it. I think it's alright. Like, I think it's fine.
I think it doesn't have a role, because I don't want to spend 120 on it.
I think it falls into perfectly average myself.
I would have said flawed, because it degrades. It's kind of hard to hide.
It does hit on 3s with no rerolls.
3s with no rerolls. Like, it just shoots about as hard as an Intercessor squad, like a 5-man with rerolls.
Yeah. I mean, it has a lot more shots, actually, but what are we
16 plus 2d6, so you call that, like, 23 shots.
So it shoots about as hard as, like, a 8-man Intercessor unit,
I guess,
for cheaper, but it doesn't take up a troop slot.
Yeah,
and it's easier to kill.
Yeah,
flawed choice.
Choice. It's like it could be a little bit cheaper.
You can never really justify that, honestly.
You really can't. Yeah. All right, let me see.
And it has to be close to your opponent to shoot him.
Yep. All right. Next up is the Hammer Strike.
The Hammer Strike.
This is the second best of the 3 Storm Speeders.
Yep.
We'll save the best for last on that one.
Yes.
So the Hammer Strike.
For the back.
Yeah, this is literally randomly. The order is literally randomly generated.
Yeah.
The Hammer Strike is kind of cool. It has like a bunch of melt weapons. It has like a lot of the good anti-tank shots. It's the middle priced one at 145. It is still Ballistic Skill 3. And I think it's just solid.
It has 8 anti-tank shots, which is like a reason.
It has 8?
Yeah, it's or 7, sorry. 5.
Okay,
that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, it's not. If it was 8, I would take it.
I'm confusing with the Gladiator Lancer.
So it's basically
the Gladiator, whichever the Gladiator is that has 8 anti-tank shots. This one has 5.
Yeah, so it's got 3 shots with a multi-multi, essentially, right? It's basically a 3-shot multi-multi.
Yep.
We can save these gladiators for tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I was confusing with the Gladiator Valiant.
Very different.
Yeah.
So it's got the multi-melta of Destroyer, which is a heavy 3 multi-melta. Then it has 2 shots from Missile Launcher, which are damage 3. And it's all 24 to 36 inch range, which is not bad.
The fact you need to get 24, it's really 24 because otherwise you're just firing 2 shots.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yep.
Yeah. And it does perform better at 12 because it gets +2 on its melta.
Yeah.
It needs to be a little too close, and it is a little too unreliable.
It does get some cool buffs because like salamanders with +1 to wound. And at least it has guns that are different for the role, which makes it better than the hammer strike for sure.
I agree. It's decent. It's a decent recipient of the reroll hit, wound, and damage roll from Iron Hands as well.
Yeah. It's good in Master Artisans in general.
It's good in Master Artisans in general. I think it's perfectly average.
Yeah, I'm putting it below the attack bike, above the bike. Actually, I'm going to put it below the bike because they both have that clause of like, in a couple chapters, I'm pretty cool, and they are.
I think the bike is significantly cooler in a couple chapters.
Yeah, I agree. So it's going to sit below.
I honestly think it just fluctuates between bottom of perfectly average and top of perfectly average, depending on what chapter you're in.
Yep, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about some flyers. We've got the Stormhawk Interceptor, which is the one that lost +1 to hit against fly and gained +1 to hit against aircraft.
But it does, its main gun, the Icarus Storm Cannon, or you can swap it out for the Icarus Storm Cannon, does make 2 shots per shot. It makes 6 shots against aircraft instead of 3.
I went and looked at this when I was like worried about DACA jets, and I realized that +2 to hit against aircraft and damage 1 against ramshackle was just not what I wanted.
No, if it was strength 8, it would actually be not bad against DACA jets, but it just isn't. It just isn't.
Yeah. Not hyper impressed. It's ballistic skill 3. It's got not a ton of volume. It's kind of expensive. How much do you think that baby is?
I don't want to pay more than like 140 for it.
Yeah, I think you would.
I think if I ended up taking it, it would be a lot more than that. I know that it's too many. I've looked at this before. I think it's like 170 for some reason. I want to say.
It's all the way at the back.
All the way at the back. Stormhawk Intercept. Oh my god, it's 185.
185.
And that's without taking like a Las Talon or a Typhoon.
Cross the Rubicon,
bucko.
Nerd.
Bucko. Wow, it's like 200 points if you give it good weapons.
Yeah, and it's like, what, 11 wounds? 10.
It's 10 with a toughness 7 with
at least
3
it's T7 now. Is Little Bird still T6?
I think so, yeah.
We'll get to Little Bird
and it
in a
hits
little
on
bit.
3s with no rerolls. Like,
yep.
Its damage output is bad. Its durability is bad.
Yep, it can always be seen. It's going to die immediately, and it costs way too much. It costs more than a Dark Talon.
So, oh my god, it costs more than a Dark Talon. Dark Talons at least do work when it comes in.
And they don't gain Ravenwing, right? No, so they don't get the influence, even Dark Angels. Nope. Oof. Okay, yeah, they're
yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that needs to cross the Rubicon stat. Honestly, it does, but it doesn't, because I don't want flyers to be a thing.
I don't want many. I like one flyer being cool.
I get that, but like...
Someone has to go shoot Eldar, and someone has to go shoot Eldar, and Space Marine Indirect is like mediocre, so I have to go shoot Eldar the old-fashioned way.
Yep. Is 10 wounds the worst number of wounds a unit can have in the game?
Yes. It's the worst on a character, it's the worst on a vehicle. 9 is you don't degrade.
Yep.
And at that point, you just want more.
Yep.
And it's also 10 is the point where you give up his second point on bring it down. Yeah, that's painful. All those 10 wound thunder strikes. It's like, oh.
Stormhawk is atrocious.
Stormhawk.
If it was 140, I probably still would not end up taking it because its damage output is kind of nil.
Yeah.
And it's a point where you're like, if you dropped 30% of its point total and you still aren't going to take it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, 45 points down, and we probably don't take it. That's straight across.
I think
I would pay 125.
Well, because it's like 200 with a good loadout.
I would just go max weight of dice and just go zip it in a corner and just go wee.
I think it's adorable. You think this thing has max weight of... Oh, it has 2 assault cannons.
Yeah, I was just thinking 2 assault cannons, and whatever of these options is the cheapest and has like twin.
The Skyhammer's like plus 20 or something.
Like I would literally look at it as an engage in all fronts Talon Master, where just twin assault cannon, twin heavy bolter, and whatever a Skyhammer is.
Icarus Storm Cannon.
Done.
You want to replace that because that costs points.
Oh yeah, no, I do not want points.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. For 120, you run this thing over and it has like 30 some shots.
Yeah, it's engaged in all fronts. That's what I want.
That would be... No, it doesn't actually have 30 something. It has like... Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Don't care.
Point is it has like 15.
Garbage. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. It's super bad. But let's get to something that...
is a little bit better.
A little bit better.
Inceptors are just Marines after my heart. You love them. They got a little bit pushed out of the meta by repeated points increases.
Yeah, they were 50, then 55, then 60.
With plasma. And
with plasma.
The bolter guns going up at the same time made me sad. I was really hoping that they would change the cost of the plasma gun, not the Marine.
Are they 40 with the? They're 40 with the bolter, right?
Yeah.
And they used to be 35.
They used to be, yeah.
Wow, 35 for that would have been so reasonable.
Yeah. They're a little too expensive because they're not that tough because they're just a Flying Gravis Marine. 60 points for a Flying Gravis Marine when we talked about a 28-point non-Flying Gravis Marine yesterday.
Yeah.
60 points hurts.
To be fair...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, to GW. I don't think they said assault cannons. I think they said autocannons and heavy bolters, but still.
I think actually the assault cannon is like the best profile of it. It's just the range is the problem.
The range is a problem.
I mean, who cares? You know, balance sheet next week, hopefully.
Balance sheet next week.
If GW does not drop a balance sheet next week after publishing that, I might actually go just like buy Magic the Gathering cards for the first time in my life and just
we can do Imperial
throw my wallet out together. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Plasma Inceptors just don't have enough shots, I think, for 60 points.
I think they land clean and perfectly average.
Yeah, but like they're perfectly average because Marines are lacking in tools. They're not good.
No, 18-inch range on plasma is just
Adam Lane just dropped the dreaded compare and contrast with a Crisis Plasma Squad.
Please
I don't want to compare with a...
Don't.
I mean, what? They're the same speed. They're both T5. They're both 3-up save. One of them has 4 wounds instead of 3. And one of them shoots harder, and that's the one that's cheaper.
I think the Crisis suit is actually cheaper.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
It's like 45 base, but if you add like one of every gun, it comes out to like 60, I think.
Oh boy.
I think it's 40 base, so if you add one of all the 5-point guns, it's 55.
More deck. I kid. I'm not going to cards anytime soon.
No. That would be Imperial Assault or AOS fill.
Yeah. All right. Invader ATV. I have used these before. Then, unfortunately, we got caught out by that Apothecary Stealth nerf.
Yes. Because
you can't heal ATVs anymore. Even then, they were only kind of good in Dark Angels, where they get the invuln because they're not core and they don't get rerolls.
Yeah. Like a single one is all right with Master Artisans. But is it really, though?
It is an expensive attack bike. But
I've never even considered
It's 8 wounds.
Yeah.
You can still heal it, you just can't res it.
Sure.
It's definitely a flawed choice for me. I don't think it's in the pure Cross the Rubicon nerd. It's not very good.
No, it's pretty bad.
I mean, it's one of those like snap together starter models that doesn't even have its own kit, and it seems like GW doesn't want it to ever be a real choice because they can't sell that many because they only sell the snap together. Unfortunately, I bought 3 of them like right at the beginning of the edition because I just got a little bit of everything from the snap. I think I have the fire the turret as well. I think I've got 1 or 2 of those in the closet. Never built them. Never gone around to it.
I played against one of these in my life, and it did nothing the entire game.
ATVs do not get bracketed. They're an 8 wound. They were, when you could Apothecary heal them, they were really annoying.
Yeah.
Because you just heal 8 wounds on them a turn.
Yeah, I
just drove around with 6
a 24 wound unit with a 4-up invuln that gets rezzed when you try and kill it sounds annoying.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like broken, but it sounds really annoying. It sounds like somebody at GW had that happen to them and was like, no, never again.
Exactly, yeah. I like Invaders. They're kind of like derpy models that are cute. I like them in an ugly way. But they don't do anything. And yeah, the lack of core is punishing a lot of the units. Wow, we haven't found a strong choice yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a strong choice or better in here. We'll get to it.
Yeah, I don't think White Scars helps ATVs at all. It doesn't give them any damage buffs.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give any defense other than you can advance and -1 to hit them, which you can do anyway because they're bikers. Points? They're 80 points or 85 if you take the multi-multi.
That is so expensive. 240 for a unit that doesn't do a single
255 if you want the multi-multis.
Well, another unit that doesn't do anything.
Because they're 8 wounds and they don't have core. The 8 wounds is cool. Like I don't want them to be that cheap, but also like you look at like what we're getting in the meta right now and you think, you know what, this could be 8 wounds and 60 points, and I would still not feel bad about it at all.
It doesn't do anything. That's the problem.
It is not.
Yeah.
Yep. Rip ATV. I think it's just a flawed choice. I don't think it's Cross the Rubicon nerd, but it's just super uninspiring.
Yeah. Space Marine fast attacks really are not where the money's at. It's elites, it's HQs, and it is heavy support.
That's okay. Here is honestly one of my favorite models from the
Javelin. All right.
Yep, the Land Speeder Javelin. This one's purple.
Let me pull up the rules. There we go.
What does Land Speeder Javelin do?
The Javelin Attack Speeder.
Yeah.
It moves 16.
That's a good start.
Toughness 6 with 9 wounds and a 3-up.
9 wounds is my favorite place to be.
That's true. It has a heavy bolter and a javelin missile launcher, which you can replace with 2 las cannons. You can replace the heavy bolter with a multi-melta. Yeah. It can be equipped with 2 hunter killer missiles.
Okay.
The javelin missile launcher is not terrible. It's a 3-shot missile launcher. I'd probably keep that over 2 las cannons.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah, and it fires 3d6 strength 4 AP0 blast, and you can replace the heavy bolter with a multi-melta. Wow, this sounds really good if it's like 90 to 100 points.
I mean, let's find out.
Let's see.
I don't even remember how many points it costs.
Too many, or else I'd be seeing them.
It might.
Fast attack. 125 points base, 135 if you include the multi-melta.
Oh, there's a multi-melta option?
Yeah, you swap the heavy bolter for a multi-melta.
Oh, that's adorable.
The 135 with that.
I mean, that's like not even...
It's not terrible.
It's like durability-wise, it's the same durability as the Landspeeder Vengeance. I know Landspeeder Vengeance is 120, this is 125.
This thing moves 16, the Landspeeder Vengeance moves 12.
Yeah, as we discovered yesterday, it's the slowest Landspeeder, apparently.
It has big plasma cannons on it, weighs it down.
Yes. But I don't actually hate that as much as I thought I would.
No,
it doesn't. I think its output is just a little bit low.
The twin las is the same cost as the javelin missile launcher, but you probably keep the javelin missile launcher.
Yeah, I think you do. The 12 inches of range isn't a big deal once you get to 36.
Yeah. It's strength 9. It's an additional point of AP, but still, I'm pretty sure you keep the extra shot.
Yeah.
It's 145 with two hunter killers, a multi-melta, and the missile launcher. Like, that does pack a punch.
It does.
It does.
It's ballistic seal 3, no rerolls.
Yeah.
If it just had like a couple ways to get rerolls, I think I could get behind it.
Yeah. If it had core, I think you would take it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be automatic. But
if land speeders were core, which they should be, I think I could take that. Yeah. Is it a Martial Legacy?
Oh no, it is.
Oh, cost CP.
Oh, that's driving it down an entire tier by itself, I think.
Yeah, I was like almost gonna put it in perfectly average, but instead it just straight to flawed choice. Does it have Ravenwing?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So you can get an invuln in Dark Angels, which is again the only time you take a land speeder.
It's not horrendous.
I think it's falling into flawed choice.
Yeah, Martial Legacy may get fall into flawed choice.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna put it above the Hail Strike, but like
I was ready to be like, you know what, that's actually not bad, and then you pay a CP for it, and it's just like no.
And that means you can't take 2, and I don't really want 1. I kind of want 2 or 0. Yeah, and I'm not paying 2 CP for this this side grade of a land speeder.
No, that's
yeah.
I forgot every vehicle in here has it except for the Landspeeder Tempest. Landspeeder Tempest does not.
Thank God. It's like all the ones that could be used in Horus Heresy. There's like, let me just I don't know, give it cost a CP. Like, why don't they just make it costed efficiently and then not charge us command points?
A lot of this is remembering why we never take them in the first place. Because I'm like, oh, that's pretty decent. Why have I never taken this? Like, it's right.
Yeah,
Martial Legacy.
I literally think that GW didn't like seeing the all forge rolled armies, so they just wanted to punish you for taking a lot of them in any scenario.
Which is fair, but then they need to make them a little better, my man.
Yeah. Yep. I do. I have seen that nostalgia picture of the old deodorant tube land speeders. Here's, I think, just a classic land speeder.
Just a basic land speeder.
Take a land speeder storm, and then you do 1 less wound, 1 better save. Yep. Drop one of the 2 guns, and just raise the points by 5.
It's a generic, speeder. Well, just a land speeder. Yep, land speeder.
60.
Has a heavy bolter. You can replace that with a multi-melta.
Flawed.
Super flawed. It doesn't do a thing.
It is worse than a land speeder storm in every single way, except for Dark Angels Ravenwing, where it gets an invul, and that gives it a little bit of value. It does have a 3-up save, but in exchange, it is less wounds and costs more, and has less guns. So, nope.
How many points is it?
60.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but why wouldn't you just take a land speeder storm?
How many points is it? I agree. I don't think it's what crossed the Rubicon, because
No, it's not.
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, because it costs almost nothing, but it also does almost nothing. It's 70 with a multi-melta.
Yeah. Flawed. Well, you can tell me that a salamander one is good or something.
So,
all right,
let me go down a little rabbit hole that's probably not correct.
Okay.
Let's look at a Warwalker with Twin Bright Lance.
Oh jeez.
All right, that's 85 points.
Okay.
All right, that thing in Ulthway has a wound reroll. I'm probably going to take a bunch of those in my list. I like them. This thing is 70.
Yep.
You in Salamander Successors with Master Artisans, you get a reroll to hit. Or if you're just Salamander's base, you get a reroll to wound and +1 to wound.
Yep.
It's 70 points. It just runs around the board like doing a Landspeeder Storm stuff, but for 15 points, it can jump over and just go, boom, here's two wounds off of Multi-Melta.
Yeah, but it doesn't get an invuln. I don't hate the Multi-Melta.
I think you could take like 3 and just have like a Hunter pack that just goes like, that just does like a Landspeeder Storm stuff.
And then just...
And then once a game just is like, you're dead.
I feel like Warwalkers work because you have Vipers to do that roll, and the Warwalkers get to sit back with a long-ranged gun and shoot. And then, like, as soon as you get close without an invuln or auto-passing your saves, it's...
I do agree that Warwalkers are better because of that range issue. But, like, I could see that use for them in...
Are you going to try to argue for perfectly average?
I think they're perfectly average in Salamanders.
Yeah, agreed. I think an Iron Hand successor with Master Artisans or, like, a...
You need Master Artisans or Salamander. You need a reroll in there somewhere for them to be decent. And in Salamanders, they get +1 to wound. So, like, I think they're perfectly average in Salamanders.
But I think they're still flawed in everything else.
Yeah, I'm not willing to...
But that is a scenario where I could take them. I have one Landspeeder Nuance Sprue in the closet just for the day.
The Heavy Bolter is not there. No, thank you.
No, you probably do pay the 10.
Yeah. Outriders, 50 points.
You remember when like I stopped using Outriders because they weren't very good anymore and they kept dying all the time? You weren't there for that.
I wasn't there
before
you
moved down here. Well, that's what happened. We got them in the Indominus box. I started taking them and I was like, you know what? These are the worst part of my list consistently. So I cut them and we just like put them in the closet.
Yeah.
Then about 3 months later, they went up in points.
Yep. So in Endymion M, all of those rolls, a Landspeeder Storm does. And
because R&D with Scouts is the Landspeeder Storm, not the Landspeeder.
Right.
And that's what we liked better, which we ranked yesterday in our Troops and Transport.
And it landed clean in tournament staples without even a second thought.
Outriders are not getting higher than Flawed Choice for me.
I'm not willing to argue them higher than Flawed Choice.
I honestly think they're worse than Storm Speeders. They're too expensive. They don't do enough.
Are they 4 wounds apiece?
It's 20 points more than a bike for 1 extra wound.
That and 1 extra attack.
They get the bonus attacks.
Oh, they actually get a bunch of extra attacks.
Because they have the chain swords. They get good attacks, but I'm not paying 150 points for that. No. Straight to Flawed Choice and like not even a high Flawed Choice.
Their combat is not... Like, for 25 more points, you get... So for 3 of those, it's 150. For 4 Blade Guard, it's 140.
Yeah. Consider that an Outrider costs more than a Viper.
Lol.
Yeah.
Outrider almost costs as much as a Landspeeder Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's terrible.
No.
Yep. Deathstorm Drop Pod.
Oh my god.
What if your Drop Pod... Just bear with me, Jack.
What if it has Storm of Death attached?
What if it doesn't have a transport capacity?
It's a dedicated transport. Oh, no, it is a flyer.
It's a fast attack.
It's a fast attack.
Go ahead. What happens if your drop pod can't carry any troops?
Equipped with a Deathstorm cannon array. This is so
Cross the Rubicon nerd.
Is 18-inch range, and it either does nothing, or you can swap it to another option that also does nothing.
Well, you can do like 5 assault cannons.
No, you mean... Oh, because it shoots everything in range?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's not 5 assault cannons. It's 1 assault cannon that shoots everything within like 18 or something.
Yeah, it shoots everything within in range, but it hits on 4s. Bleh.
I mean, if someone goes... Hold on.
Wait, could you just take 3 of these?
Blah, blah, blah.
Drop them all down and go, here's 18 shots against every unit in range.
Yeah. So if it's Overwatch, it's heavy 12, and its missiles are heavy
4.
So they're normally heavy 2. And it shoots everything. It's the Deathstorm cannon is not an assault cannon, so it's shorter ranged. Imagine
deep striking these 18 inches away from your opponent, doing piddling damage, and then having them just glom them for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Why is it a fast attack? Adam Lane, don't ask me. It is, though.
How many points is this thing?
How many points would you pay for it?
I would pay like 60 and then take 3 of them.
Really? You would pay 60?
Actually, 60 I think it would be pretty good. Because you take 3 of them for 180 and you drop them down literally right next to each other and you just target everything within 18. Yeah. But the problem is the 9-inch range away from your opponent's army means that you're not hitting much of their army at all.
No, it's so easy to screen. All right. I'm just waiting for this moment of truth.
Oh my god, it's 120, 130 if you take the missiles.
Yep.
So bad.
Yeah. Cross the Rubicon, nerd.
Hilariously over.
That literally, that needs to be a YGWY. Because I don't want this back. Do not cross the Rubicon.
It literally has to deep strike right next to your opponent's army, in which case they're like, oh god, you're shooting me with 6 assault cannon shots. Anyway, I'm touching you so the rest of your army can't shoot me.
It is a terrible hammer strike bunker, and that is not an adjective you want to put on your Hammer Strike bunker.
Yeah.
All right. Fire Raptor.
I remember these used to be really good.
Yeah. Picture a Storm Eagle that is not any more durable, but it does cost more, and it does shoot a lot harder. Fire Raptor kind of slaps.
Twin Avenger bolt cannon, strength, it's 10 shots, strength 6, AP 2/2. 2 twin auto cannons that you can replace with 2 quad heavy bolters. Okay.
24 heavy bolter shots. Gets me feeling a kind of way. 2
twin Hellstrike launchers can be replaced with 2 twin las cannons. Those are, both of them are good.
So many dice.
It's so many dice. It's like 40 shots at your opponent. Some of which are anti-tank.
Because it's 24 heavy bolter shots, and then the Avenger, which I think is 10. It's basically 10 heavy bolter. So
it's 10 better because it's strength 6 AP 2.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's
34 shots that are like good, and then you can have 4 anti-tank shots whether you want that to be 2 twin las or 2 twin hell strikes. So how many points is this thing? It is 340, but it's a lot more if you want to take the quad heavy bolters.
Yeah.
It's 370 at that point. So you don't take the twin las because those are 10 each. Yep. So you can pay up to 390 for it, which I would not. I think it's perfectly average because the damage output is like. Oh wait, hold on. Is that each twin heavy bolter?
It's 2 quad heavy bolters, so it's 24 heavy bolter shots.
Oh, buddy, that's 400.
Yeah, it's 400 with heavy bolters.
Oh,
I think it's flawed still.
I think it's flawed.
I think
that's way too much.
Yeah.
Also, it's
so
18 wounds at toughness. It's an 18 wound Rhino with -1 to hit.
Yeah.
Which rhinos can already have a smoke launcher, so it's an 18 wound Rhino.
Yeah, if your opponent can kill 2 smoke launched rhinos in one turn, they can kill a Fire Raptor.
And almost everyone can.
Yeah, you literally would only take it in Iron Hands with the Iron Stone, putting it in Dev Doctrine with a Tech Marine every turn, so it hits on 2s rolling 1s, and just. And if someone cannot one turn it, it heals 4 wounds a turn. And if your opponent lacks the ability to one turn a -1 damage Rhino that's floating around at 36-inch bracket, they are screwed.
Yes.
But if they can,
then
you are screwed.
Yes. Flawed choice.
I almost want to take it in a team event. Oh,
we should totally do that.
We should totally do that. One of these days. Yeah.
Just the feel bads on your opponent's face.
Unless they can kill it, at which point it's the feel bad on your face.
On our face, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not taking my
Storm
half.
Raven.
Come on. I don't want to do this anymore.
All right. We'll speed through it.
I just can't.
The Storm Raven costs... Just look at the points. We know what a Storm Raven does.
Yeah, there's only so much sad.
It has no rules.
It no longer gets full rerolls to hit off Gulliman.
No. We know a Storm Raven costs too much.
Those days.
To transport.
Flyers. That's a Storm Talon. Oh God. It starts at 310.
Yep. Cross the Rubicon nerd.
This is all me remembering why I don't like any of these.
Yeah, these things used to be 240 fully kitted out, and now...
I've looked over all of these data sheets a million times.
GW mad. And when GW get mad, you get
GW
hurt.
start slapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, Storm Talons, Storm Ravens got hurt. Scout Bikers.
Scout Bikers are my least favorite fast attack choice in the Codex.
They have no reason to exist, because
they have no reason to exist.
Cost as a regular biker.
Yep.
And they have, 1 fewer wound?
And 1 worse save.
Cross the Rubicon nerd.
Literally the bottom.
You see that perfectly average choice over there? That is that's the bike squad.
No.
The Scout Biker squad has 1 fewer wound, 1 less armor save. I think Scout moves or infiltrates.
Nope.
Awesome. 1 less save, 1 less wound, same points cost.
Oh, people just pointed out Lords of War. Maybe we'll chuck them into heavy support tomorrow.
Yeah, there's only 3 or 4. The Astraeus.
There's 6.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. Scout Bikers make me legitimately angry.
Why are they the same points cost?
Yeah.
Why?
Land Speeder Typhoon. It's a land speeder with an assault cannon. And you can still take the heavy bolter / multi-melta, but you then have to pay for the assault cannon. Please don't, Jack.
I just look at how many points it is.
Please.
Land Speeder Typhoon, it's too many. It's
how
110, 120 with the multi-melta.
I'm sorry, no. This is the Tornado.
Oh, this is the Tornado? It's 75.
Okay.
80 with the assault cannon.
Yep.
Which is fine.
So it's 20 points to add an assault cannon to your normal land speeder. Garbage. You want them to be cheap and cheerful, and they are not. Very bottom of flaw choice.
Yeah. Suppressors.
They're kind of cool if you ignore the heavy penalty.
If you have some way of doing that, yes.
Like Ultramarines. They're kind of cool in Ultramarines. They're core, which is a rare thing in fast attack.
They are a tournament staple. You take 3x3 in the Vanguard Spearhead Army of Renown.
You keep saying that.
Because you can't. You can't not.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
And you get +1 to hit if you move over 4 inches. So,
Joseph with a great idea. Add hashtag Exterminatus tier right below Cross the Rubicon. Yeah, honestly, the drop pod should be Exterminatus, and Scout Bike should be Exterminatus. Just literally get them out of here. I don't want to see them.
They're so bad, you might as well delete the unit entry.
I would rather we do that and save time. I don't want to have to go check this every 2 years to see if they've gotten it fixed at all, and they haven't.
I think suppressors fall into perfectly average.
I think they are worse than Inceptors in most lists.
Most lists, yeah. I think there are some lists where they're better. Ultramarines, Vanguard, Spearhead.
Okay.
Yeah. It is a fun list, but it does not give them what they need to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're starting to think Marines don't have a lot of good fast attack choices? Weird. Strange you would feel that way.
Storm Talon, the cheapest flyer you can take.
Yeah, it's like 165.
It has a twin heavy bolter and a twin assault cannon.
At 165?
It's the closest to the points I would pay for it.
Yep.
I think it might be T6.
It is. It's not going to fall into Cross the Rubicon, nerd, but
it is a flawed choice.
It's hanging on by its fingernails.
It's better than the Typhoon.
Yeah. It's just so easy to kill. It's so easy to kill.
Do you want to find out what this Land Speeder does? This is the Fort Drill one. Oh, yeah. I'm going to make you read this one because it has rules that aren't good.
Land Speeder Tempest.
Land Speeder Tempest.
It is not Martial Legacy. You can take them in squadrons of up to 3.
16. The squadrons.
Yeah.
Squadrons.
It moves 16. It hits on 3s. It's toughness 6 with 7 wounds.
Wound.
It's a 7th wound. It has a 3-up save. And it has an assault cannon and a 2-shot missile launcher.
Okay. So it's one more wound than a Land Speeder.
Yep. And it comes with AP1 frag missiles for whatever reason.
Okay. But it has a Cyclone missile launcher and an assault cannon.
Yeah.
So the output on that is actually not bad.
It's not terrible.
And it's a little bit tougher than a Land Speeder.
I'm guessing it's like 110 points.
Yeah. We'll find out in a second.
Fast attack! 115 even.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is. We're done with this book.
Oh my god.
No, we have the Zyphon.
Yeah. Yikes.
Oh.
Buddy.
Cross that Rubicon.
115. Because I was thinking like a Land Speeder Tempest, a Land Speeder Tornado, which is the assault cannon one, is 80 with an assault cannon. So you pay 35 points to replace your heavy bolter with a Cyclone.
Yep.
Woof!
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to 25 points on Terminators or like...
which you also don't do, by the way.
Which you also don't do. I think I would pay 90 for that. And I don't even know if I would, but 90 is the price point where I'd consider it.
This fast attack tier is causing me actual physical pain now.
Okay, all right. There's a moment of brightness. The Storm Speeder Thunderstrike.
The Thunderstrike is good.
The Thunderstrike is good. We waited a while for this one. I needed this to be at the end.
I did. I needed a little help.
So, Matto. Marine fast attacks look strong. I know it is chapter specific, but just wanted to pour one out for the Black Star. Cool models should have cool rules. You know what? The Corvus Black Star should have amazing rules. Matto, we appreciate your support so much. You are a champion of the Imperium. And Matto, you are the best fast attack choice in the Space Marine Codex. Congratulations.
That's true.
Oh boy. The Thunderstrike, people are asking why is Ballistic Skill 2? 1, Mercy.
2, otherwise it would be terrible.
No. Actually, though, it's all of the Storm Speeders have little sponsons.
They do.
And their sponson is a sensor array.
Yeah.
So and it doesn't have a rule. There's no rule like sensor array, but if you look at the model, it has 2 sensor arrays that the other ones don't.
Right.
And that is the only reason I can think of that it would be Ballistic Skill 2.
That's definitely it. I'm pretty sure I looked in the fluff one time. I don't know, once probably.
I doubt that.
Probably not. It's honestly good. Hitting on 2s with Master Artisans is the point where like all your shots are landing.
Yeah, you're hitting pretty good.
You're hitting pretty good. They're fast, so they can cut angles. They have decent anti-tank firepower. They actually have good anti-tank
They actually have good guns, and the Ballistic Skill 2, because we're looking at non-core units here, the Ballistic Skill 2 helps a ton. It basically has 3 shots at 36 to 48 inch range that are strength 9 or 10, AP 3 damage D6. So it's like 3 las cannon shots.
That hit on 2s. And it also has the Twin Icarus
rocket pods. And I love the Icarus rocket pods.
Yeah.
They're great on Redemptors for me. I always value them.
And
2 of them at Ballistic Skill 2. No rerolls, that's fine. I just drop shots on people. I'm a big fan of the Storm Speeders.
It's also good against like medium targets because it has 2d3 shots plus 3 more. It's like, all right, against hordes, that's not going to do very much.
Yeah.
But it is blast. You get 6 on the Icarus against big units. But against anything else, it's just like, here's 7 shots that do real damage. And against tanks, if you're up close, so like here's 7 shots that do real damage. Like, I like it, honestly.
I like it as well. I don't think it's a tournament staple. I think it's a strong choice.
I think it lands in strong choice.
I think in Dark Angels, you do want 3. I think in an Iron Hand successor, you do want 3.
I think so.
But that's not every build.
Yeah. I think if it... I mean, like, we'd have to justify it against Vanguard veterans and, you know, the Chaplain on bike if we put it into tournament staple. It's a strong choice, I think.
Yeah.
And it is, like, an actually good choice. This is not by comparison with the rest of the... Oh, my God.
Land Speeder Typhoon!
Okay, let's find out what it does.
Land Speeder Typhoon.
I cut right to it. They're all squadrons.
Yeah.
For whatever that's worth.
Sure.
It has a Typhoon missile launcher, which is just 2 missile launchers clapped together. And it has a heavy bolter that you can replace with a multi-melta.
I hate that oh, no, it's longer range than the Cyclone. That's what it does. That's why the Typhoon is a different gun.
48.
So it's a double missile launcher and a heavy bolter.
Well, that's fine.
So it's objectively... No, it doesn't have the assault cannon. I was going to say it's not the same guns as the Tempest.
Yeah. So fast attack. Typhoon is 110, 120 with the multi-melta. That's just too many.
That's just too many points.
It's
still 6 wounds, right?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. Is it the worst of the flawed choices?
Oh my God, it is still 6 wounds.
Is it the worst of the flawed choices, or is it the top across the Rubicon nerd?
I think it's across the Rubicon nerd.
Yep. All right. Done.
120 is just way too many points.
Fully too many points.
Your opponent won't even have to work to kill this at range.
No. It can't be a... Like, I want to have a unit of 3 of them sitting at the far back of my board shooting 48-inch range shots. And that's not what it's going to do. Well, it's 6 shots out of a unit of 3.
Yeah.
But that is 330 points?
330, and your opponent will scoop it so fast. It's 18 wounds with a toughness 6 and a 3-up save.
Yeah.
Your opponent will scoop that at range, no questions asked.
If they can draw range, it'll die.
Yep.
You literally are hoping they don't have the range. Yo! Talon Blast says, as much as it pains me, I think I need to play Thunder Strikes over Hammer Strikes in my Salamanders list. I 100% agree with that. For only 5 more points, the Ballistic Skill 2 is a bigger improvement than the +1 to wound me.
Yeah.
And...
Yep. Because it's only +1 to wound for 2 turns, whereas it's +1 to hit always.
If Land Speeders and Storm Speeders were core, I think that they would literally all go up 2 tiers.
It can't go up 2 tiers. All the perfectly averages would go up to tournament staples.
A Hammer Strike with core is a tournament staple. And that's
that's
the only one in perfectly average.
Yeah, fair enough.
Both of them sit at tournament staples. All of this goes to strong choice.
I think the Land Speeders would not. I think the
bottom ones probably would go up.
Would they go to perfectly average? But yeah, I think the Storm Speeders would start slapping tournament staple pretty fast.
Yeah. How about the Zyphon?
Zyphon.
All right, it's an anti-air flyer that is not tougher than other planes.
It has like a las cannon, then another las cannon.
It has a funky missile launcher.
I mean, I'm here for funky weapons.
It's a funky missile launcher.
So first off, it is. We're not going to play the game of how many points did you pay for it.
Fine.
235.
Whoa!
Yeah,
this had better be slapping.
This thing had better pick up.
I think this is the only flyer that starts with a 2.
Yeah, no. The big one, the Gullman rerolls one, the Storm
that starts with a 3.
Storm Raven.
Oh, the Storm Raven's 310 base.
No, it is. Yeah, it is 310.
I think his Zyphon is literally a twin las cannon and a little missile launcher.
So it's a Rhino with 12 wounds.
Attaboy.
So it's going to die immediately.
Yep.
It has 2 twin las cannons and a Zyphon missile battery, which is a strength 7 missile launcher. +1 to hit against aircraft. So it has 4 las cannon shots. It is Martial Legacy, so it's 4 las cannon shots and 3 missile launcher shots at strength 7.
Okay, so it's 7 solid anti-tank shots.
Strength 7 on the anti-tank shot is the point where it starts to really hurt.
Well, 4 of them are las cannons.
4 of them are las cannons. It should do some work. It should.
I think it's a flawed choice because at least it provides a different...
Yeah, and it also looks baller.
It's a baller mod. I love that model.
Why is it 230? 235 means if you go second, it's just dead, and you're very sad about it.
I mean, the points, it just means that you're more sad about it, yeah, because you can go second and lose like 140, 50-point unit and be like, that sucked. But then you go second and lose like 200 points and a command point. It's like...
Yeah, 235. Okay. And if you take 2 of them to be like, there's my anti-tank, that's 500 points clean down the drain if you go second.
Yep. Delta Loco, that's why it's not in garbage tier, because it does look really
it looks baller.
Sweet. It is a good looking model.
It's a great looking model.
Alas.
So, yeah, the fast attack slot is not the best. In fact, this list, as I said, caused me physical pain to make, but we do it for you.
When we started off with the attack bike and it became the second highest... rated unit.
It really
was not expecting that.
No,
I think other units in other chapters are better. Like, I think bikes in Ravenwing are better than attack bikes. I think, wow, there's really not much. Okay.
No. Inceptors and Black Templars are fine.
Yeah.
They're fine. I'm not sold on it, but they do some work.
Mm-hmm. Fast attacks.
Thunderstrikes are very good in some chapters.
Thunderstrikes are almost a tournament staple. For me, I would take if I was playing Space Marines at an event right now, I would have 3 Thunderstrikes, not a question asked, in every single chapter I play.
They're real good.
They're real good. But I would also only play the chapters that benefit the Thunderstrikes the most.
Yes. Well, what you mean is you would play only Iron Hands or Dark Angels.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, fast attack is not where you come in Space Marines. It's just not. I don't know why they're all bad. I think it's probably a systemic issue.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, with looking at how bad the rest of the things in Flawed Choice, I think Assault Marines move up to perfectly average. Just
don't say that. Don't say that.
They're better than everything else in that tier.
The problem is perfectly average is a flawed choice if you're just an average Space Marine unit.
Oh god.
Oh god. All right, everyone. I think we're going to call it here, but let me tell you something. If perhaps you miss our joyous faces and maybe you miss Jack's dulcet tones, don't worry. You just need to go get a lunch break, and then you can come right back to the war room where you can find a little more of Jack Harpster.
That's right, a little more John.
Oh, that's right. Jack and I are going to be playing a game in the war room in just about an hour. My sister's a battle, taking on his Adeptus Custodes. I'm still on the Valorous Heart hype train. I am not done getting my face crushed by S-tier armies.
Hell yeah, bring it in.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm ready for it. So,
and if you want a tier list that looks a little more positive, tomorrow we're doing the heavy support and the, I guess, fortifications.
And maybe even some Lords of War.
Some Lords of War. I guess a little more positive. There are going to be more choices in tournament staples and strong choice.
Definitely.
Yes.
At least 2.
At least there's 2. Yeah, I can think of 2 off the top of my head. I'm sure there's got to be more, right?
But you can also find us in the Art of War War Room. You can either find that out right here on our YouTube channel. So after you're done giving us that like, share, subscribe, all the good hot words, you can check out the War Room and sign up for membership right here to catch all of our premium content. Or you can go to our website, theartofwar40k.com. As a matter of fact, our resident tech priest, Mr. Dr. Richard Siegler, Mr. Doctor, just finished doing some updates to our front page. So check out the War Room, and we're going to send you off with a promo, and we'll see you there live in 1 hour playing our game. Thanks so much, everyone. Catch you next time.
There's so many rules in 40k, hundreds of events, and constant updates. Skip the learning curve of Warhammer and join the pros. Art of War is led by multiple world champions with decades of success. We teach clinics, stream games, and inspire you to succeed at your favorite hobby. Join our global community of gamers just like you.